Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope that all of you are having an awesome week so far. Students, in this live IELTS class we are looking at IELTS Speaking Part 1, and this time we're going to be talking about chocolate. Last week we had the topic of ice cream. This week we have the topic of chocolate, delicious foods for sure. Also, topics that have appeared in past IELTS exams. Both ice cream and chocolate have come up in IELTS Speaking Part 1. Now, of course, that should also tell you that you never really want to guess what the topic will be for your IELTS test, because who can predict ice cream or chocolate as their topic for Speaking Part 1. Instead, you need to focus on good fluency, good strategy, and just being confident in your English. And that's what we're going to do in today's lesson. Welcome Carolina, our chat moderator. You will see Carolina in blue in the chat. She's here to help you. Welcome Anna, Fuang, Karam. Nice to see our members. You see members, YouTube channel members in green. We do have members only chat classes every week. Welcome Miss You, Stan, Ugulhan, Haftamu. Nice to see a lot of our subscribers and viewers with us today in this lesson. Everybody, this speaking for the IELTS with its strategies is presented to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS, do check us out there. For the general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. These are the websites that power these live classes. They are our websites. They contain all of our practice exams, lesson videos, and much, much more. This is our academic IELTS website here at aehelp.com for academic IELTS students. You can click that big red button to join the premium version of the course. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. When you click that, you can use the code SINGLE9. It's coming from one of our latest video releases, and you can get an extra 10% off on the cost of the course. The course costs about $80 Canadian here in Canada, and it is cheaper in other countries with lower GDP. So check out your local currency, your local cost when you check out. For general IELTS, it's gieltshelp.com. It's the green background, and we are an IDP affiliate. We are a British Council partner. We are an IELTS test registration center, and I'm a certified British Council agent. We help thousands of students to pass their IELTS exam. We will use this academic site a little bit later on. You can use it for free as well. So we will be using it for speaking, to speak with our students. We have a speaking interface on the website for everybody. And of course, we have our premium member live Zoom classes each week. So students who have premium memberships on the websites get one extra class right now, and we will be doing 2 extra classes from next week for premium members. They seem to be very effective classes, and premium website members really enjoy them. So check that out. You can become a premium member through YouTube as well by signing up through Shopify. So that's another way that some of you can access premium membership on the website. I just put that URL in the chat for everybody. The websites also come with apps for your phone. Those apps are Academic IELTS Help and General IELTS Help. You can download those apps. You can actually purchase the premium course through those apps as well. And you can get schedule updates through Instagram, IELTS_AEHelp and GIELTS Help, as well as lots and lots of useful vocabulary. We have a few positions open for video editors on our team. So if you like editing videos and you have some experience with video editing software, you have a decent computer, send me your CV and we might be able to give you a job even. If you have any questions about the IELTS, about English, definitely send an email. Adrian@aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. We are here to help you. We want you to succeed on the IELTS. That is our goal, as fast as possible and as comfortably as possible, efficiently. We like efficiency. All right, everybody. So January 18th today until the 21st, we have speaking part 1 coming up right now in this class. And then tomorrow we have a task 2 writing question for members. That question was submitted by one of our members. That's one of the advantages of being a member, is you can ask questions, and it will be a task 2 writing question from a recent IELTS exam or a similar question. And then we'll do reading for subscribers as well tomorrow. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free. On the 20th, we'll have speaking part 2, speaking part 3. Speaking part 3, the live class will be on our website. The websites also have live classes as well. And then we'll have that premium class on Sunday through Zoom. I will share that Zoom link with our website premium users this week. Definitely for those of you who are taking the IELTS exam, you should learn about this new 1-scale retake format. In some test centers, not all test centers for the IELTS, you can retake one part of the IELTS exam. You don't have to do the full IELTS exam if you don't pass, for example, the reading or, for example, the speaking. So you can retake just that one part. It has to be a computer-based exam, and it's only in certain exam centers, but it is available in most countries. So check it out. It might be a really smart idea to go to one of those exam centers. Here's a video that will explain all of the important information on that. We just posted that, and it is a very important video, so check that out. Okay. All right, everybody, let's get into some IELTS speaking, and make sure to speak and repeat. So it's good that you're listening. Take it one step further and make it speaking. It's up to you. I want to imagine that I can hear you speaking while I'm talking with you, and that you copy what I say, copy how I say it. So you go to your IELTS exam, and you go an hour early. You're talking in English. You're talking to other candidates that you find there, building your confidence. You go up to other people. You say, "Hi, are you here for the IELTS speaking?" And then they'll look at you and they'll go, "Yeah, how did you know?" And then you'll go, "Well, it was that incredibly nervous look on your face, like." And then they'll be like, "Really? It was that obvious?" And then you'll be like, "Yes, but I'm kind of the same, and that's why I really want to practice some speaking before I get into my interview. Do you want to try this with me and try a few questions?" And then they'll say, "Hey, yeah, that's a great idea. How did you come up with that?" And then you'll be like, "Well, I heard that's a good strategy." And then you'll get into a conversation. Okay? And then you'll feel way better when you go and do your actual interview, and you won't be so surprised when you get the topic of, "Let's talk about chocolate." You won't be like, "Oh, chocolate, what?" You'll be like, "Oh, you know what? I just practiced talking about ice cream right before I walked in here, so not a problem." All right, so you'll be confident. Okay, so go to the exam an hour early and ask other candidates to practice. Very important. It's the number one way to save yourself a band score. Okay, number one method to save a full band score potentially. Okay, being too nervous is very, very dangerous. All right, and then you have to register for your IELTS about 20 minutes before you go into your interview room. And then you go into the interview, where you will be met by an examiner who is often a native English speaker. If not, they are extremely fluent and well trained. And they speak normal English, like I'm talking to you right now. Not slow. It's not an English as a second language teacher. They're not the IELTS examiner will not do this. They will not be like, "Hi, how are you today? What is your hobby? Do you like sports?" So they're not going to do that. They're not an English teacher. You can't ask them to explain words. They might, but they probably won't. They're there to talk with you naturally and professionally. They're not your friend. Don't go in and don't be like, hey, what's up? High five, fist bump. They'll be like, yeah, no. So they're not your buddy, okay? They're a professional. They want to know how well you can speak English. How well can you speak English in everyday situations? How well can you speak English in a professional academic setting, in a classroom presentation, in a business meeting, in a medical office? So you're there to show your best English, okay? All right, so show your best English. All right. Okay, Missy says, yeah, I think there might be an issue with the examiner if they talk like that. Exactly. Okay, and don't worry about the examiner if they look grumpy, like they did not have a good cup of coffee. It's their problem, not yours. You focus on yourself, okay? Then they will finally ask you, or they will introduce the speaking. They will say, welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. It has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. This is candidate number 99733219. Let's begin. May I see your identification? In the face-to-face, they will always ask this question. They have to, okay? In the computer-based, they do not. You are registered into the computer. And then as soon as you hear that question, your brain should click, okay? Click. Strategy. So you should be thinking immediately, strategy, good strategy. Don't say something like, yes, please. Bad English. Would you like a cup of tea? Yes, please. May I see your identification? Certainly. Here's my passport. I used it to register. Please take a look. Okay? That's the difference. If I'm asking you if you'd like a cup of water, yes, please is okay. But not when you are meeting a person for the first time and they ask for your identification. In this case, be fluent. You should say, yes, gladly. Here is my passport. I have used this to register a couple of weeks ago. Please take a look at my credentials. Okay, so that would be a nice full sentence. Immediately go to strategy. The sooner you go to strategy, the sooner you will be confident, the sooner you will be giving better answers, and so forth. Okay. Now, students, definitely put your answers here in the chat as well. Anna is asking, when is your general training live? Anna, general academic training, we kind of do them in unison. The speaking section is the exact same for general and for academic, okay, students? So they will ask you the exact same questions. They don't even look to see if you're a general or academic student for the speaking. It's the exact same testing scenario, okay? It's the same. They don't care if you're academic or general. So whichever one, you can be here, okay? All right. So Deborah says, certainly, here is my national ID card that I used to register for the IELTS exam about 6 weeks ago. Please wait as I fetch it from my pocket. Here you are. Okay, Deborah, that's good. I like it. It's nice. It works. Okay. Then they ask you for your full name. They will say, what is your full name? And again, focus on full sentences. My given name is Simon, and my surname is Garfunkel. Please just call me Simon. Okay, and then you're ready to go. So don't overspeak. Okay, find that balance. Again, this is not your pal. Don't speak in 2-3 word answers. But also don't try to show the examiner your rich vocabulary when giving your name, okay? So please don't, overspeak, because that will lead to a lot of awkward situations. So don't be like, my given name is Simon. I inherited this name from my great-grandfather, Simon the First, who, in fact, was one of the earliest postmodern painters of his time. And my parents thought the name Simon was absolutely worth keeping in the family as a history record of my great-grandfather's achievements. So it's just, what's your full name? My given name is Simon. My surname is Garfunkel. Please just call me Simon. Okay, so don't overdo it. Don't try to force vocabulary. Okay, don't do something like, "Oh, I'm over the moon that you asked me about my name. My first name is Simon." So you're over the moon that I asked you about your name. So just, be cautious, right? Be professional. All right. And then the examiner will say, okay, for part 1, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better, and some questions on a general topic. What do you like to do in your free time? Okay, very common question. There are some very typical questions that you get asked in speaking part 1. Again, everybody, just, I don't often show you this, but on the website, when you go to your My Student account, in your lesson videos, we now have here in the speaking videos, for the speaking section, we have 122 sample speaking interview videos with lessons on all kinds of topics. And in these videos, you can see all of these common questions, like, what do you do in your free time? Do you work or study? So definitely, for those of you who have premium access, go through at least a couple of those videos each day leading up to your exam. It's just a really great way to become familiar with all of the different kinds of questions and ways of asking those questions. Okay, so again, it's a one-time payment. You get lifetime access. It's extremely valuable. Just clicking that big red button there. So get familiar with all those first few questions, like, what do you like to do in your free time? Okay. Anmol, very nice. So Anmol in the chat says, I like to visit the river beside my hometown and sit there for a while and relax there for a while. Anmol, this is probably like a band 5 to 6 if you say it fluently. Okay. Mrs. Using the question and a bit simple and repetitive. Okay, so that's why, Anmol, this is going to get you about a band 6, so fluent. It's not really going to get you a band 7 for good English, or 8 very good, 9 expert. Band 6 is fluent. Band 7 is good. A lot of native speakers who don't prepare for the IELTS and go and sit the IELTS and they go, oh, I'm a native speaker, I'll do great. And then they go and they sit the IELTS exam and they get a band 7 or a 7.5 and they're like, why? And then the examiner says, well, it's good English, or good to very good English that you're using, but it's not very good English. Very good English is not just speaking English. Very good English is speaking with very good English, right? So so you have to kind of, again, pay attention to that, okay? Again, it's a professional interview. Native speakers take the IELTS exam also. It's an English proficiency exam, and it's an equivalency exam for high school as well, okay? All right, so first of all, Anmol, use the question, okay, in my spare time. Especially in the beginning, students, really kind of reflect the questions in your answers and try to paraphrase. So try to say them in a little bit of a different way. So instead of free time, try to say spare time or leisure time. In my spare time, I like to visit the river beside my hometown. What's your hometown? Beside my hometown. Let's call it Parksville. Be specific, students. Examiners like to hear specific details like Parksville. And sit there for a while and relax there for a while. Okay, we don't need the relax there for a while. Sit there for a while and relax, looking at the water flowing by is quite meditative. I had a stressful day yesterday, so I went to this riverbank for an hour. Okay, to unwind. All right, now it would be band 9. All right, Anmol. So that's the difference between a band 5-6 content and a band 8-9 content. All right, everybody clear on that? So again, just repeat. Everybody get comfortable repeating. Repeat questions, repeat answers. What do you like to do in your free time? In my spare time, I like to visit the river beside my hometown, Parksville, and sit there for a while and relax, looking at the water flowing by. It's quite meditative. I had a stressful day yesterday, so I went to this riverbank for an hour to unwind. Riverbank is one word. A riverbank is what you find on this side of the river. Okay. All right. I believe you says, I like playing with my kitty in my free time. Okay. What kind of a game? Do you have a little mouse on the end of a string? Why do you like doing that? Right? Okay, and then the examiner will introduce the topic. They'll say something like, okay, let's talk about chocolate. And they will get into it. So they'll say, let's talk about chocolate. Do you like chocolate? Why or why not? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Now, if you don't like chocolate and you want to tell the examiner that you don't like chocolate, that is okay, but be prepared that it's going to get trickier as they ask you more and more questions. So practice speaking fluently even if you give negative answers if you're going to do that. Okay? Yin Vakan has this answer for us. Yin says, I really like chocolate bars because of their kind of sweet and different from other desserts. Lately, I had participated my friend's birthday 2 months ago, and we ate chocolate in the whole party. Okay, so that's about a band 5. Some awkward English and grammatical mistakes. Okay, so it's not bad. It's a good start, Yin. You answer the question. You say, I really like chocolate. I would take out bars for now. Okay, so I really like chocolate because of its unique. Okay, watch this, Yin. Everybody else too. Unique, bitter, sweet taste, which makes it different from other desserts. Lately, okay, so instead of lately, let's use this part here. Okay. 2 months ago, right? Just be specific right away. 2 months ago, I went to my friend's birthday party, and we ate chocolate the whole time. Okay, and then here, Yin, I would add a little bit. We had chocolate bars, chocolate ice cream, and a chocolate cake. Yeah, it was awesome. Okay, now we've transformed this into a Band 9 response. It's got details, answers, explanations, and examples. Okay, so take a look at this, students, and again, let's do a little bit of repetition just to get some good thinking and good English trained and fixed in your memory banks. All right, so do you like chocolate? Why or why not? I really like chocolate because of its unique bittersweet taste, which makes it different from other desserts. 2 months ago, I went to my friend's birthday party and we ate chocolate the whole time. We had chocolate bars, chocolate ice cream, and a chocolate cake. It was awesome. All right. Let's see. Okay, Anmol Thakur has this answer for us. I personally prefer vanilla instead of chocolate, but I like to have chocolate occasionally, specifically the dry nuts once. Last week on a friend's date, I received a chocolate as a gift. All right, it's not bad. It's a little bit confusing. I would say it's about a Band 6 Anmol. So here, make sure you always directly answer the question. Students, be really careful with this. So in the IELTS, don't say what you want to say what you need to say. And that doesn't mean lie, okay? It doesn't mean don't tell the truth. It just means answer the question, okay? So starting with, I personally prefer vanilla. Anmol can get you into a tricky situation, and some examiners will become irritable, interrupt you because they think you're not really paying attention to the actual interview questions, or you're not there to answer the questions, you're there to give your own thoughts. So just be really careful with that, okay? In this case, Anmol, if I wanted to say this, I would still start with the answer. So this is what I mean, okay? So students, keep this in mind. So in IELTS speaking, be careful to answer what you need to say instead of what you want to say. And I'm going to give you a good example of this with this response, because if you express your own wishes, it can take you off topic and lead to a problematic situation. Okay, so I'll give you an example of this. Anmol, you can say this, okay, just a little bit differently. So I like chocolate, but I do prefer vanilla instead. Nevertheless, I have the occasional chocolate treat, especially chocolate covered nuts once in a while. I received a box of chocolates from a friend as a gift the other week, and I did enjoy them. Okay, So the difference here is basically I start with the answer, okay? And especially in part one, everybody, of your IELTS exam, I really, really strongly encourage you to start with the answer. If you start off topic, if you say, I like vanilla, and that's what the examiner hears, right away they're going, why isn't the student answering the question I just asked? I just asked them, do you like chocolate? I did not ask them anything about vanilla. I did not ask them what they like instead of chocolate or what your favorite dessert is. I asked them about chocolate. Why are they not focusing on chocolate? This is going to be a headache interview with this student if they keep doing this, okay? So, and they're professional, of course, they have their composure, but it's hard not to think that way, all right? Does everybody understand that? If you give me a thumbs up in the chat, then I know you're paying attention to what I'm saying. So, Anmol, I'm saying the same as you, but I'm starting with the answer instead of starting with what I want to say, like I like vanilla more than chocolate, right? Does that? And Mal says, okay, yeah, that makes sense, right? So really focus on what you need to say instead of what you want to say, okay? Just practice that at home. I see those thumbs up now, and Mal, I saw that, and Karem, Carolina, miss you, hello, Fuang. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, all right. Okay, Miss You, one more here. Miss You says, I'm keen on eating chocolate because I have a sweet tooth. Last month, my sister and I went to a chocolate buffet and we devoured different kinds of chocolate cakes and it was awesome. Okay, I like it. That could be a band 9. Okay. It has the answer, explanation, and example, sounds natural, and good vocabulary. It doesn't have to be long, students. Miss You said fluently, this could get you a band 9. Okay, it has strong elements and definitely band 9 potential. I'm keen on eating chocolate, sure. Because I have a sweet tooth. Yeah, it means you like sweets, and chocolate's definitely in that category. Last month, my sister and I went to a chocolate buffet, and we devoured different kinds of chocolate cakes. Yeah, devoured is a very nice verb here, everybody. Devoured means kind of like animalistic, like just really no holds barred into the chocolate. Well done. I hope it's a true story. All right. Let's jump a question. Let's go to this one. What's your favorite type of chocolate and why? Okay. Give me a nice full sentence answer here. What is your favorite type of chocolate and why? Students, don't overthink. Okay. Obviously, there are lots of different kinds of chocolate. Many of us like a lot of different types of chocolate. Don't overthink it. If I were asked this question, it would be a very hard question because I like a lot of kinds of chocolate. So I would just simplify it and I would talk about a type of chocolate that I'm very familiar with. The type of chocolate I like most is milk chocolate, because of its creamy texture and balanced flavor. I can eat a 200-gram milk chocolate bar in one sitting, no problem. Okay. So that's what I would say. Kuber says, I like dark chocolate. It has much... I don't know what that last word is, Kuber. Try to finish that sentence. Right? I think that's a good pick, Kuber. So I think dark chocolate is a good pick. Again, it's one that's easy to talk about. It has a bitter taste. It gives a lot of energy. Helps you to stay focused and alert. So there are definitely some benefits there. Okay. So for me, milk chocolate, right? Keep it simple. Okay. something that you're very familiar with. It's easy to talk about. The type of chocolate I like most is milk chocolate because of its creamy texture and balanced flavor. I can eat a 200-gram milk chocolate bar in one sitting, no problem. All right. Yeah. If you really want to know the truth, I would say hazelnut milk chocolate is my favorite. So milk chocolate with hazelnuts in it. I think the hazelnuts with their crunchy texture give a really nice contrast to the smooth milk chocolate texture. But again, don't overcomplicate in part one. Okay. Let's see. Ugulhan has this answer for us. Ugulhan says, well, my all-time favorite chocolate is Milky Way. I think you might have it a different way. There's Milky Way chocolate, as it has excellent ingredients like milk powder and vanilla. That is the reason why I eat it still now for snaking. Not sure what's going on there, but he might explain that for us. Okay, so I'm not sure what that word is, but okay, Milky Way. Milky Way is a type of brand of chocolate, right? Right? Make sure that your explanations are clear, everybody. Your examiner does not know what you know. All right? So Ugulhan, this answer here would be like a band 5 if you confuse me with that. Okay, Mariam says, I think as a snack is what he wants to say. As a snack. Snacking. Okay. It's like snaking. Snaking is like moving like a snake. Snacking. Yes, spelling is very important here. Snacking instead of snaking. Okay. That C is extremely important there. All right. And you want to simplify that, Ugulhan. So you want to say that is the reason why I still have it for a snack every now and again, even after 25 years. Okay? All right. So, Ugulhan, no, just stay with it. I'll correct it like this. Well, my all-time favorite chocolate is Milky Way, as it has excellent ingredients like milk powder and vanilla. That is the reason why I still have it for a snack every now and again, even after 25 years. Okay? That is the corrected version there. All right. Good. All right. Let's take one more. Let's take this question here, everybody. We're going to practice our speaking here very shortly with our students. You will actually have a chance to volunteer and answer some of these questions with me through our website. So right now, this is kind of warm-up. This is to give you some strategies, some ideas of what you need to say, how you need to say it, so that you can get those higher scores in your IELTS exam. And we'll practice one more of these together, and then in the written form, and then we'll practice together in actual speaking, because ultimately at the end of the day, listening is great, writing is great. Here we want to put those skills together and actually speak and verbally use our English. So let's tackle this a little bit more challenging, more difficult question. The questions do become more and more difficult as you go along the speaking section. Each part becomes more difficult, and the questions progressively become more difficult. You're very welcome, Ugulhan. You're very welcome. Keep putting your answers in there. Okay, so how is chocolate used in cooking in your country? Okay, well, Canadian culture is a mosaic, meaning a collection of cultures So chocolate is used in a plethora of ways. This is where you can use the word plethora. Plethora of ways, as in French, Italian, and German cuisines. It is mostly put onto desserts, such as baking a chocolate cake, or maybe even more Canadian, pancakes. Covered with chocolate syrup or with chocolate chips. Okay, so there's my answer. Let's see what you come up with. Okay, how is chocolate used in cooking in your country? Well, Canadian culture is a mosaic, meaning a collection of cultures. So chocolate is used in a plethora of ways, as in French, Italian, and German cuisines. It is mostly put onto desserts, such as baking a chocolate cake, or maybe even more Canadian, pancakes covered with chocolate syrup or with chocolate chips. All right, Domenico. Let's take Domenico's answer here. Hi, Domenico. Here we go. Domenico. Yes, I like it. Domenico says, in Italy, chocolate is not just a treat. It's an art form. We Italians take our chocolate seriously. You'll find it woven into the fabric of our desserts, creating masterpieces like tiramisu, rich chocolate tarts, or the heavenly chocolate-filled pastries. Okay. Domenico making us all hungry. Yes, Italy has some good chocolate desserts, no doubt about that. I've had the pleasure of tasting some of those yummy treats. Okay, a nice use of vocabulary, Domenico. I like the start. In Italy, chocolate is not just a treat, it's an art form. We take our chocolate seriously. In fact, Domenico, I have some chocolate truffles, Italian chocolate truffles, upstairs in my cupboards right now. So in Italy, you've got some good chocolate truffles. Anahita, cooking can include the concept of baking as well. I know it's kind of tricky, but we don't necessarily consider baking not a part of cooking. I know that can be classed as two different ways of food preparation, but when we say cooking school, for example, it includes the concept of baking as well. So that's kind of a good question. Anita's thinking, well, but it's about cooking, not baking. Baking and other ways to prepare food can all be grouped under the concept of cooking as a general concept of applying heat to prepare food. Okay, so it's kind of confusing, I know, but that's the way the word cooking is defined. It can encompass all of the concept of the application of heat to prepare food, as well as just cooking on stovetop. Okay, it's a tricky one. All right, let's take Royal Rohit answers here. Rohit Shahu says, well, for garnishing various desserts and even in varieties of pastries, chocolate is used in my country. Mostly for baked goods such as croissants, chocolate is used as filling. Good, just one issue here, Rohit. What is your country? Okay, students, be specific. As you know, we have a lot of viewers here from many different countries, and we want to know what country you're in, so be specific. Okay, so instead of just saying in my country, give the country, and all that takes is in my country, comma, whatever your country is. France. Okay. Your examiner does not know what you know. Rohit says it's Nepal. Okay, now we got it. In Nepal. Okay. Dutu says in India. Ooh, I forgot it as well. Okay, so don't forget to mention your country. Be specific, everybody. All right, we're doing great, and I think everybody's on the ball now. You're all focused, which is fantastic. Let's do a bit of volunteering for speaking. So I'm going to call out for volunteers to practice with me, and we will continue to learn lots of vocabulary expressions, answering the other questions, and it's actually going to be even more effective, faster, a little bit more challenging, but more effective as well. More vocabulary. You get to identify pronunciation features as well, intonation features. So just some other tips that we don't get from writing alone, but we get from verbally speaking. Now, the way you do this, Carolina has added the information into the chat. First of all, you need to go to our website. We use the website. The website has voice interface, so aehelp.com. I'm going there now. Okay, we're using this website here. Again, students, join the premium version of the course by clicking that big red button above my head. Not a lot of money, and you get a lot of help. It's definitely a good idea to avoid paying $300 for the IELTS a second or third time, right? And you want to try to pass the first time around. Even the one skill retake is like $200 US, so be careful. Okay, everybody, so once you're on the website, you go to your My Student account. In your My Student account, you can access the Student Partner Speaking. That's just right above my head. And again, I showed you that there are lots of other resources like computer-based practice exams, full online interactive course, IELTS exams, workbooks, study plans, etc. Lesson videos, hundreds of them. We have one of the most developed IELTS training websites in the world. So you actually pay a lot more money for other websites to get a lot less content. So keep that in mind. You click on the Student Partner Speaking, accept the terms. And then you get into this interface here. You see Manikanta, Hyun, Thu, Ivan. These are all students who are in the class already. You will see me in here as well. You see me in here as Master. It's all capital letters. Very easy to see me, hopefully. Master. Besides my handle, you will also see these three buttons. I'm looking for the blue button, which is the button that you can message me with, like Hyun has. Hyun says, "Hi, can I speak?" Hyun, absolutely. Let's start with Hyun, so that I can message you back and say, "Are you ready?" And then we can get into some speaking questions and strategies. Let's do this. Hi, Hyun.
Hello,
How are you today?
I'm fine. How about you?
Good. Thanks for asking. I'm doing good also. Hyun, can you tell everybody why you are taking the IELTS exam?
I'm taking an exam to win the black at the university.
University applications. Which university? What's your number one choice for university?
My university require at least a 6.5 score.
Which university? What's the name of the university?
I am choosing. I think it's Foreign Jet University.
Okay. All right. Well, let's.
Foreign Jet University. And,
Okay. Hyun, let's get into a couple of questions. Are you ready?
yes,
All
I am
right.
ready.
Awesome. Here we go. Welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner. What is your full name?
My full name is Nguyễn Thị Thu Trang, but you can call me by my last name, Trang.
Okay, Tian. For part one, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. What do you like to do in your free time?
If I have time to choose, I like to watch TVs because it helps me to release stress and anxieties after studying hard. Yesterday I watched Doraemon and the Tickleland.
Okay, let's talk about chocolate. Do you like chocolate? Why or why not?
Mm, yes, definitely. Uh, Chocolates in my friend's favorite desserts. Uh, and this is because I have a sweet tooth and chocolate, chocolate and having a bunch of chocolates is the best way to decompress and rejuvenate my mind. And yesterday I ate a chocolate ice cream after hitting the book.
Okay. All right. I'm going to stop there for a moment and give you some feedback. All right. So, your speaking, Tien, is, I would say a band 5.5. Okay. So, between modest and fluent user of the English language. To be more specific, your vocabulary is, I would say, like a band 7. Your fluency is band, I would say, about 5, and coherence is about 6. Pronunciation is about 5, and grammatical accuracy and range is about 5 and 6. Okay, so just from those questions, okay, obviously those are only a few questions, but that's what I would judge you as, Tien. So I would say it's a band 5.5 overall. Vocabulary is 7. You have some really great vocabulary, but you do use it awkwardly at times and a little bit incorrectly. Like you said, after hitting a book, after hitting, it's an expression.
The
So
book,
here you have to say, yeah, exactly, after
the
hitting the
book,
books, like that. You have to say it like that. Okay. So for your future study, Tien, right now, don't worry about vocabulary too much. Your vocabulary is just fine. Really focus on your grammatical accuracy, first of all. So be careful with your grammar. Do lots and lots of grammar practice, repetition, copying natural native English to get that accurate grammar. Okay? And
yes,
then also the pronunciation, so it's clear. Don't rush, don't be so fast. Okay, so when I asked you for your full name, you said it so quickly that I couldn't catch it. So just say it a little bit slower, speak a little bit slower in those parts, and a little bit clearer. Okay, focus on clear pronunciation. Okay,
yes.
all right. And
Uh-huh.
then your mark will go up, so lots of repetition, lots of focus on grammar. Okay. um, Any questions, Tien, about the speaking?
I don't know,
No questions?
but
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to build my confidence when I like like when I
You
meet you. I lose my confidence.
don't lose your confidence. You're awesome. I wish I could speak. Are you, let me ask, are you Vietnamese?
Yes,
Okay. If I could speak Vietnamese like you speak English, I would be so happy. I would love to be able to speak Vietnamese at that level. So you should be super proud of yourself and confident, okay? Never, never, and this is for everybody, never, ever, ever, ever lose your confidence, okay? Just learning speaking is awesome. And Tien, you're here, you're practicing, you're sharing with your classmates that are watching right now. And believe me, a lot of them are super thankful. and I'm sure they respect you greatly for being here, right, guys? Right, everybody. We respect Tien, and we want her to be confident. So be confident, Tien. You're awesome. Okay, so don't ever let people discourage you. A really important part in life and language is just push forward. Just keep going. Okay, you're young. You're smart. You have a whole world in front of you. Okay. Yes, Tien.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And if you ever get a little bit sad or whatever, have a bite of chocolate, okay?
Yes.
All
I
right.
agree.
Okay,
I will
Tien.
have.
Okay, Tien, thank you for being my first volunteer this week, and come back. It's a great way to build your confidence, okay?
Actually, I don't like chocolates. It's a because I tell like I don't know. It's because you have said that try to avoid negative answer, so I try to avoid negative answer.
Good for you. Yeah, and that's really, really smart. Try positive. Stay positive, think positive, use positive answers, for sure. And Tien, I mean, you've come back again and again, and you keep going, so keep doing it, okay?
Yes.
All right, bye, Tien.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye. All right, that was Tien. Lots of thumbs up. CTN, there's tons of support for you there in the chat. That's great. All right, let's skip down the list a little bit here. Deborah, I know, Deborah, you sometimes have a little issue connecting, but let's give you a try here. So, Deborah, are you ready? I just jumped to the bottom of the list. I know it's, I don't want people to think if you're lower down on this list, you'll never get a chance. So, Deborah, if you're there, give me a sign, and we'll try to connect here. You definitely want to test the system, everybody. So, DM somebody else and test the system, see if it works with them, so that when I message you, then it's ready to go. We've got so many different devices and connections that it's sometimes a little bit tricky. But Deborah, I'm hoping that we have a good connection here. Deborah, it sounds like you picked up, but I can't hear you. And I think we're having this issue. Oh, there you are, Deborah.
Say,
Now I hear you. How are you, Deborah?
I'm doing very well. How about you two?
I am doing fantastic, especially now that I hear your voice, Deborah. Deborah.
Say,
Yes. Make sure you're listening through the website, not through YouTube, and I will ask you some questions. Deborah, can you tell everybody, where are you right now in the world? What country? What city?
I'm currently in Ghana,
In Ghana. In which city?
Accra.
All right. You're half a world apart. We have two continents and the Atlantic Ocean between us. Deborah, are you ready for some questions?
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about chocolate. Do you like chocolate?
Certainly. There's something I eat often. I take chocolate as dessert, and anytime I'm depressed or moody, I take chocolate as well. Even just yesterday, a pregnant woman made me angry and I got depressed. And after taking half pack of chocolate, I became active again. I started working.
What's your favorite type of chocolate?
I enjoy eating milk chocolate because it's combination of milk and vanilla. Just this afternoon, after eating my lunch, I took one pack of chocolates.
Is chocolate popular in your country?
Yes, chocolate is something which is very famous in Ghana because we grow cocoa in Ghana, and for that matter, chocolate is usually produced or made out of cocoa. So chocolate is very, very popular in Ghana.
Do you think chocolate is a good gift?
Yes, I think so. Last month, a friend of mine celebrated her birthday, and most of her friends presented chocolates to her because they know that she's a fan of chocolate, and she became very happy when we gave her the present.
Okay. Deborah, I'm going to stop there for a second, give you some feedback. So I would say that you would get about a band 6.5, maybe. Okay, so band 6 to 6.5 overall. So I would say that your vocabulary is about a band 7. Your fluency is about a band 6. Your coherence is about a band 7. Your grammatical range is about 5. I would say 5 to 6, 5 to 6, maybe 5.5. And pronunciation is about a 7. Okay, so you're in the right direction. What I'd like to hear more from you is a little bit more complex grammar, Deborah. Okay.
Okay.
Something like, is chocolate popular in your country? Yes, chocolate is very famous in Ghana. Instead of saying we grow cocoa in Ghana, I would like to hear a sentence like this, Deborah. The cocoa bean has been a major crop in Ghana for at least 2 centuries now. In fact, we have been exporting this ingredient to other countries for many years. So people here love chocolate. Okay, so just work really hard, Deborah, to incorporate some more complex grammar into your language when you have the chance, like present perfect or reported speech or conditional. Let's just practice this one sentence. I'm going to say it, Deborah, and then just repeat after me. Okay? Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. So
Yeah, I'm ready.
yes, chocolate is very famous in Ghana. The cocoa bean has been a major crop in Ghana for at least 2 centuries now.
Yes, chocolate is very famous in Ghana. The cocoa bean has been a major crop in Ghana for at least 2 centuries now.
In fact, we have been exporting this ingredient to other countries for many years, so people here love chocolate.
In fact, we have been exporting this ingredient to other countries for many years, so people here love chocolates.
Okay, so really just work hard on incorporating more and more advanced grammar, connected sentences with good conjunctions, subordinating correlative conjunctions, and then I think your score will go up quite quickly. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, Deborah, I did judge you based on just a couple of questions, and I think from speaking to you before, your English is higher. Just make sure to really focus on nice, fluent, connected, complex sentence structures, okay?
Okay.
All right. Deborah, did you have any questions about the speaking?
Well, my little problem is the Sunday premium online course. I had problem last 2 weeks. Last week to the same thing. I couldn't join.
For that, you have to send me an email because I might not have the answer. I have to maybe reach out to our text. But right now, whatever you're doing is working. So let's try it again next week or next class, okay?
Okay.
All right, Deborah, keep up the good work. Thank you so much for volunteering.
Thank you too. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was Deborah. Yes, I figured she might mention about the cocoa beans in Ghana. I have heard that quite a few or quite a bit of our cocoa bean production is in Ghana. It's cocoa beans love that warm climate. Okay, let's take a student kind of from the center here. Martina, are you ready? Okay, and I love the support in the chat, everybody. It's so nice to see all those thumbs up and happy faces. It's great. Okay. All right, Kulwinder, if you're in here and you're volunteering, I'll check that out. Martina, if you're still with us, let me know. Okay. Mara, we're using the website. Carolina is giving you instructions. Okay, so just Carolina is moderating the chat, and she can help with your questions as she's helping Kulwinder right now. All right, Martina. It sounds like Martina picked up really fast, but Martina, I don't hear your voice. Not sure what's going on there. Again, sometimes connections can be a little bit tricky. Martina, I'll circle back to you in a minute, okay? Maybe check your connection, refresh the page. I'll check in with somebody else, and then I'll circle back, all right, Martina? So don't give up. I've got you on my radar, okay? All right, Ivan seems to make a good connection most of the time, so let's check in with Ivan. Ivan, are you ready? Right, it's nice to see lots of students returning and volunteering again. I see some new students there as well, which is great. All right, Ivan, here we go.
How are you?
I am great, Ivan. How are you?
I'm good.
Great. Okay, happy to hear it. Ivan, are you ready for some questions?
I think so, yes.
Optimism, everybody. Optimism is the key, right? The brain responds well to optimism. All right, Ivan, here we go. Let's talk about chocolate. Do you think chocolate is a good gift? Why or why not?
I think it is, and in the same time, it is not. It is because it's very pleasant for most of people, and it brings good emotions. But there's opposite sides. There are several reasons of purchasing chocolate is unethical. One of them is most amount of chocolate is produced by slave labor, and for ethical reasons, it probably should be avoided to buy.
Are there any traditional chocolate dishes or desserts in your country?
No, I don't think so. As far as I can see, when I go to buy something to eat or some snacks, all dishes which contains chocolate are foreign. For example, different types of bakery or drinks. If I'm not mistaken, it's called macchiato. Macchiato, yes. A coffee drink with chocolate.
Do you prefer homemade or store-bought chocolate?
Okay, I have never prepared chocolate myself, so I can judge. Cannot judge on this matter. But if I would, I probably would prefer homemade because I can be sure that it doesn't contain any chemicals, unnecessary food additions, and other harmful components, ingredients, I should say.
Okay, I caught most of what you said, which is good. And I'll go back and give you a bit of feedback. So let me break it down, just like I did for the previous two volunteers, because I don't think I've done that for you yet, Ivan. So I would say, Ivan, that I would give you a 6 overall. And I'll break it down for you. So coherence is about a 7. I understand you fairly clearly. Coherence isn't just how well I understand you, but how well your answers respond to the questions as well. So it's a combination of those two, and I'll explain that a bit more. One aspect that's affecting your coherence is the details to the answers, and the other aspect that's affecting it a bit is the fluency. So sometimes you kind of get stuck with your ideas or your thoughts or with your words, and that's slowing down the fluency, and it's making me have to focus more to really understand clearly what you're expressing. So your fluency, I would say, is 5. You definitely want to work on that, and we're going to do that in a second, Ivan. Your vocabulary, I would say, is like an 8. You have very good vocabulary, and when you use it, for sure. Your grammatical accuracy, I would say, is about a 7 to 8. So you're quite accurate with your grammar. Your range, I mean, again, everybody, when I'm judging range, it's a little bit restricted because I'm only asking a few questions here, but the range, I would say, was about a 6. So there wasn't a great range of vocabulary. Okay, overall, I would give you about a 6. Your pronunciation, because of the mochaccino, I'm gonna have to give you a 6. No, I'm kidding.
I just forgot how
I know. I'm kidding with you, and it's not even an English word. In English, it's pronounced
Yes.
mochaccino, but I'm sure Domenico is having probably a good laugh here at us. Your pronunciation's about an 8. I understand you quite well. Okay, so let me go back and give you a bit more. Now, students, pay attention to each other, because this is a good way to understand how well you're speaking, what you're doing right, what you need to work on. So here I said, do you think chocolate is a good gift? Why? Be really careful, everybody, when you get philosophical in the IELTS, especially part 1. So saying yes and no, or it depends, can lead to awkward, challenging, difficult situations. And again, Ivan, it's not about the truth or lying. It's about focusing on your goals. So even though you might think that it's both, maybe just focus on one side. If you think it's a good gift, then just focus on that side and don't worry about the negative side. If you really want to express more deeply your thoughts, save it for part 3, where you feel a bit more confident, more fluent. You've practiced a bit with the examiner. So that's what I recommend. So here you said, I think it is, in the same time it is not. And in the same time it is not. That's fine. It is
Excuse me, may I propose some different strategy for this answer? May I say, although it is good for endless reasons, I think it's bad for those reasons. So
yeah, you can.
Slightly different combination.
Yeah, you can. And it's more affirmative. So the more confident you sound, and this is in any language, right? The more confident you sound, the more coherent you sound. And that's why confidence is important, because confidence equals coherence in human communication. They're very, very strongly linked, right? So that approach, Ivan, that you just suggested, like, although it is because people love chocolate and eating chocolate, I do think that it's a bad gift because production of chocolate requires a lot of slave labor, which is unethical, right? So that is a more confident and clearer answer. Yes, I agree with you. Okay, so it's a good suggestion. All right, and then I asked you, are there any traditional chocolate dishes or desserts in your culture? And you said, no, I don't think so. Always be specific, even within your country, when you're giving the answer. So you're in...
I should mention my country.
Yeah, you're in Uzbekistan, right, Ivan?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, maybe some of your Uzbeki comrades are going, oh, come on, Ivan, we've got like 2-3 really famous dishes. How could you say that, right? So you might get some answers here. But anyway, you said, no, I don't think so, as far as I can see. So, no, I don't think so. I can't think of any traditional chocolate Uzbeki dishes. Right? So you want to include that element to just really drive that clarity home. As far as I can see, when I go to buy snacks, all dishes that I buy which contain chocolate are foreign, like mochaccino.
And it's off topic. Yes.
Can you say that one more time, please?
It's off topic, basically.
The
rest part.
No, I think it's still on topic. I think you're still relevant to the question. I think you're still explaining and giving example to the fact that you can't think of any traditional Uzbeki chocolate dishes. So I think it's okay. All right. And then here, the last one, do you prefer homemade or store-bought chocolate? You had a little chuckle there. It's okay. It's okay to laugh. It's okay if the examiner laughs a little bit. Just don't get lost in laughter or emotions. Always come back to focus on the question. So you said, I never cooked or prepared chocolate myself. So here, keep it simple. If you've never cooked chocolate before, then at this point, you prefer store-bought chocolate because it's the only chocolate you're familiar with, right? So here I would say, and I'm going to come back on screen here in a second, everybody there. So I would say I have never, because it's expectation, I have never cooked or prepared chocolate myself. So I have to say store-bought chocolate. Store-bought chocolate. And you said, but I cannot judge on this matter. And then nice conditional. You kind of stopped there, and it sounded like you almost finished your answer, and I gave you an extra second to be more fluent, and you took that opportunity. That was really smart. Okay, so everybody who heard this answer here from Ivan, here there was a slight awkward pause. That won't happen often in your real IELTS exam. In your real exam, it's a very good chance that the examiner will just quickly start asking the next question because they're on the clock, they have other candidates waiting. But if you do have that 1 second pause, if you see that the examiner is giving you that opportunity to be more fluent, it's because they want more fluency. And that's exactly what you did here, Ivan. And then you included this nice conditional, if I would, right? And that immediately helps your score, Ivan. So that was really good. If I would, you said I would prefer homemade because it does not contain any preservatives or other harmful ingredients. And that immediately bumped your vocabulary element up and up. Okay.
May I ask you something? This final variation after you edit the information, is it will it be more correct if if you say and I cannot judge on this matter to keep the intonation in pace, I should say, or in proper style. But I can it's slightly awkward.
Yeah, if I want to be super accurate here, it's a good question. Ivan's asking, how can I make this more fluent, more natural? I would actually go with so. So would be the most natural here. So I have to say store-bought chocolate, so I cannot, and we would just double up on the so here. So I cannot judge on this matter. Okay. If I wanted to be more technical, more professional sounding, I would probably use therefore and not repeat the so. We can try this. I'll repeat it and then you can copy after me, Ivan. I have never cooked or prepared chocolate myself, so I have to say store-bought chocolate. Therefore, I cannot really judge on this matter. But if I would likely choose homemade because it doesn't contain any preservatives or other harmful ingredients. Try that, Ivan.
I have never cooked or prepared chocolate myself, but so I have to say store-bought chocolate. Therefore, I cannot judge on this matter. But if I would choose homemade because it does contain any preservatives or other harmful ingredients.
Nice. And that's exactly what you want to do, Ivan, is copy a lot of these complex, longer sentences so that you improve your sustained English fluency. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Ivan, thank you for volunteering and for your
feedback.
Coming back and volunteering. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Have a nice day.
You too. All right, that was Ivan. Give Ivan the thumbs up. He's really hardworking and has a lot of clever ideas. So, okay. Mariam, you're no longer here. I'm not sure what happened. I said I would look for you again, but nope. Okay, let's give Momo a chance here. Momo, are you ready? Momo says, my exam is in a week. Momo. Momo means peach in Japanese. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, Momo. How are you?
Can you hear me, sir?
I can. How are you doing?
Wait. I hear nature here. Should I close the YouTube?
Just mute. Just click on the speaker and mute it so you don't hear me double.
Okay, now you can speak me.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
hear
yeah.
me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and if you got YouTube muted,
Okay.
then you're all good. All right,
Yeah, muted.
Momo, this is your first
My
time.
Yes, and my exam in a week. I'm a bit nervous.
Ah, it's okay. A little bit of nervousness
I
is
should
okay.
I should get a band 7 at least.
All right, well, I will
Okay,
definitely
let's go.
give you some advice on that. Momo, where are you right
Hope
now in the
so.
world?
I am in Jordan. I'm from Jordan, man.
Okay, and okay, cool. Gotcha. I'm on in
Middle
Jordan.
East, in the Middle
Yeah.
East.
Oh, I know where it is. It's one
Yeah.
of the oldest human civilizations in history,
Yes,
Momo. We should
yes.
all know where Jordan is. All right, Momo, did you know that your name means peach in Japanese?
No, actually, this is not my real name. My name is Muhammad.
Ah,
But you
okay.
can say that's my nickname, you know.
Got you. If you go to
Yeah.
Japan, they'll think that you're called peach. Peach, like the fruit.
I will change my name then.
No, it's good. They have a very famous legend of the Peach Boy, Momotaro, and it's a very, very famous story. So they will love your nickname. All right, Momo. And why are you taking the IELTS? What's your goal?
I'm taking the IELTS because I'm looking forward to studying abroad.
Cool. What do you want to study?
I hope to study medicine because it is my childhood dream,
Nice, nice,
and it
nice.
was my grandfather dream because I hope that I can find a cure for the cancer, especially the brain cancer.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
brain tumors. Yeah, that's great. No,
Yeah,
it's very
it's a very hard disease.
it is, and extremely hard on people, extremely hard on families. Yeah,
Yes.
no, I agree with you, and I do think we can cure it. I do think there are solutions. I think we just haven't come up with the best ones yet.
There is
So
a solutions, but not 100% solutions. You know.
yeah, yeah. No, we could talk a lot about it. I know lots about it, but anyway, we'll get to some of these
Yeah.
questions, and I'll give you some feedback. Are you ready to talk a bit about chocolates?
Hope so.
All right, let's start. Let's talk about chocolate. Do
Okay.
you like chocolate? Why or why not?
For me, yes, I like chocolate, but I do not prefer it over the traditional Jordanian sweets. Because here in Jordan, we get a lot of traditional sweets that are famous, and even more famous than the chocolate. We can say that the chocolate is famous around the world. There is no one don't know what is the chocolate is. But some traditional sweets here in Jordan, for example, the knafa, is famous locally here in Jordan or in the region of the Middle East, but not around the world.
Do you prefer homemade or store-bought chocolate?
Of course, I will prefer the homemade one because it has a less chemical substances in it. But we are a bit lazy, so we just prefer to go to the supermarket and buy a chocolate Hershey's bar and eat in the home. But definitely, if I got the time and free time to do it, I will try someday to make a chocolate bar myself. I may open a may someday I will open a company of
Has
chocolate
your
bars or something.
has your taste in chocolate changed as you've grown older?
Yes, yes, I do believe that companies is changing the tastes and changing the ingredients of the chocolate bars they were making. So I remember the Hershey's bar and the Tic Tac, I think it's name right, the Tic Tac bar around 10 years from now were must more sweeter than now. But these days it's like it is a less saturated taste. It got a less saturated taste. So I do believe yes, the taste of the chocolate has changed around the years.
Okay, I'm gonna stop there and give you some feedback, Momo. Momo, your
Oh,
band score so far. Okay, you said you
hope
need a
it's good.
7. I would not give it a 7. I would give it about a 6.5 at most, maybe even a
Oh
6.
no,
But
oh
I do have
no.
some good news for you. Okay, so I would put you somewhere between fluent
Oh,
and good. but I think you can get a 7. I think you can get a 7, and I think you might even get a 7.5. I think you have the English
I hope so.
necessary. You have to change your style, though, of your style of answering, okay? And I think maybe, you're a bit nervous, as you said, also. So it's good that you're
Yes.
here. First of all, don't be so nervous, okay? That will help you. The number one
Try
mistake.
to.
So I'm gonna break it down for you. So your fluency, and this is the good news, your fluency is a 7. Okay, so you're good. You're fluent,
Okay.
and that's good news because that's definitely very difficult to improve to a 7 in 1 week. But you don't need to improve that. That part is good enough. Okay, your grammatical accuracy
Here is the
and
problem.
word choice is about a 6. Yeah.
Is it good?
Um, and it's fluent, like it's fluent, but I wouldn't say it's good. There's certain places where there's issues. The one part where you're losing band scores and where you can improve in 1 week to make sure that you get the 7 is the coherence. You're answering off topic, okay, and so you're getting a 5 to 6 on that. Okay, let me show you why, and this is where you need to focus. Okay, so it's very good that you came to this class
Okay.
because I have a feeling we can really help you get that 7 here, working together with your classmates.
Hope to.
So you're not really targeting the question. Okay, you're fairly off topic on these questions. Okay, so the first question that I asked you is, do you like chocolate? Why or why not? And you answered it kind of. You said, for me, yes, I like chocolate. It's good English. And then right away you switched. You said, but I do not prefer it over traditional Jordanian treats, which is still okay. So I'm still getting you. So far it's okay. And then now you started to talk about Jordanian treats. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm kind of like, well, I'm not asking you about Jordanian treats. So you're off topic. So instead of that, what you want to say is, I like the less
Dark
bitter,
chocolate, for example.
or you would say something like, I like the less bitter flavors, and chocolate is just a bit too bitter for me a lot of the time. Okay, so staying with chocolate, right?
Right.
Right? So just repeat after me. I like less bitter flavors, and chocolate is just a bit too bitter for me a lot of the time.
Okay. I like the less bitter flavors, and chocolate is just a bit too bitter for me a lot of the time.
Yeah, much better. Okay, so stay with the topic. The next question I asked you is, what was it? I asked you 3, right? Oh
Is
yeah,
the
so it was, do
chocolate
you prefer homemade
popular?
or
They
store?
count.
Yeah, no, do you prefer homemade or
Homemade,
store?
homemade.
Yeah. So I asked you, do you prefer homemade or store-bought chocolate? And you said, of course, I will prefer the homemade one. Don't say homemade one. Always use the exact topic or subject of the question for the first time. So, of course, I will
The homemade
prefer the
chocolate.
homemade chocolate because it has less chemical substances in it. Here preservatives would be, better, but chemical substances, the most accurate way to say this, chemical substances is good vocabulary, but it's not the most accurate vocabulary. The most accurate vocabulary here, I wonder if everybody
Quite
knows what it is.
academically, right?
Yeah, it's also the natural. I wonder if anybody knows what it is. So instead of chemical substances or preservatives, there's another way. It's additives. Okay, so it has less additives in it. And then you said, but we are a bit lazy. Here's a really important tip for you, Momo, and this can easily help you to push your score a half a band forward. Pay attention to your pronouns. So part 1 in the IELTS speaking is about you, and most, if not all, of the questions are focusing on you. So make sure you're using I, me, my. Don't generalize it. Don't say we, because if you say we, now you're including your examiner. And it's strange, okay?
In the
So
part 1 or all the parts?
in part 1 especially, not in all the parts, in part 1 and often in part 2. Part 2 is often about you as well, like talk about a childhood memory that you, okay? So it has to be I, me, my, not people or not we,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Just in
Part
Arabic, it is a very famous way to talk
in
because in
English
Arabic
too.
it's
In English too. Momo, in English too, but not in professional settings. So this is where it's selective, right? So this is more not just language, but it's also communication strategy. So so that's why we avoid using you or we. In English, we do that in
Yeah.
casual everyday conversation, but that's often confusing or strange, right? So just because we do it in Arabic or in English doesn't mean it's good communication. So be careful.
Mm,
So
Yes,
follow with me. So it has less additives in it, but I'm a bit lazy. So even though it's true that, you know, many of us are, still just talk about yourself. So, but I'm a bit lazy to make it at home. So I prefer to go to the store and buy a Hershey's chocolate bar instead.
yeah. I should put some more details in the text.
When you use the correct pronoun, like I, me, my in this case, that will automatically lead you to put more detail and better vocabulary into it. So let's just try this one again, and then use the I, me, my. Do you prefer homemade or store-bought chocolate?
Of course, I will prefer the homemade chocolate because it has less additives in it. But I'm a bit lazy to make it at home, so I would prefer to go to the store and buy the Harry's. No, not the Harry's, the Hershey's one. The
Hershey.
Hershey's bar, I said in the.
Yeah. And Tic Tac is a mint. It's not a chocolate, but that's okay. The IELTS examiner does not care about that. All right, so they don't care about
I
those
mean,
kinds of
I mean the
details.
Kit Kat. So,
Oh, Kit
just-
Kat. I thought you said Tic Tac.
Yes. No,
But it's Kit Kat. The Kit Kat
my
bar.
mistake.
Yes.
My mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, so when you focus on the I, me, my, you'll do better. So that answer would be a band 7. So I think you can get a band 7. Just really focus on accurate answers, okay?
Okay, I will try to.
Okay, and come back and volunteer before your test so we can help you a bit more, okay?
Which day, please?
There will be speaking on Saturday as well. Tomorrow we have task 2 writing for members and a subscribers chat class that will be reading, I believe, tomorrow. But come back for any of them. The schedule is on the YouTube community post and through Instagram as well. Okay, so there'll be a class tomorrow at this time also. Okay,
Thank you.
you're very, very welcome. Bye for now, Momo.
Bye.
All right, that was Momo. Let's give Momo a thumbs up and let's wish Momo a good luck. Hopefully Momo gets that 7. Momo, fingers crossed. Okay, let us know your score for sure when you do get it. All right, everybody. So as you can see, there's lots of people volunteering. There's Dilnura, Niha, Laksha. Students, I'm out of time. But that doesn't mean that you should just quit and go. If you have a few more minutes left in you, talk to each other. So Tanzi, connect with Nurbanu, Danielle, connect with Thu, Niha, connect with Dilnura, Laksha, send Anmal a message and just say, hey, do you want to volunteer? Just like you're doing with me. The student partner speaking is for you and it's for free and it's on the website and you can use it with each other. Okay. When you're ready, you can book a full mock IELTS speaking interview with me by clicking the speaking interview practice button here. $25 US, 30 minutes, full speaking exam with detailed feedback. The website has tons and tons of resources for you. Make sure to use it. And for AI-powered quality computer-based exams, add TestLighter to your account for 40% off. It's definitely worth it. Students, this is for academic IELTS. It's aehelp.com. And on the website, on the homepage, just click that big red button that's above my head there. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. For general IELTS, it's gieltshelp.com. It's the green background here. Carolina, thank you so much. You did so much work in the chat today, helping everybody out. Members, see you tomorrow for that Task 2 class a little bit earlier. Everybody, of course, you're welcome to join. We've got writing, reading tomorrow, more speaking later on in the week here on YouTube, on our website, and through Zoom for premium members. I appreciate all of the volunteers today. You all did a great job. And as you realize, everybody's a little bit nervous with IELTS and with speaking English. It's only natural. And through practice, we gain confidence. So come back, practice with me, be confident, join at aehelp.com, gieltshelp.com. We are here to help you. Your success is our success. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. Much love. Bye, everybody.